What up, y'all? It's your boy Skip, aka Skip and Tosh here of the Sacktown Breakdown. Here to break down another one. Kings are stinky and lose to the down in the dumps San Antonio Spurs, 117 to 136. We're not gonna spend a long time on this one. We're not gonna wallow. But for everybody that's new here, welcome. My name is Skip, aka Skip and Tasha, the Sacktown Breakdown. Here to break down all things related to Sacramento Kings, Stockton Kings, and Kingsguard Gaming. So if you are into those types of discussions, that type of content, podcast, please continue to follow. Hit the subscribe button. We got Twitch channels and podcasts. All those links are in the description below. Discords if you want to continue the conversation. So we can get into that type of action just like we're about to get into right now. Before we dive into that, if you are looking for a gaming chair, if you're looking for an office chair, Tabu Ohana got your back. Right now, we doing a Black, aka Back Friday deal. Up to 45% off chairs on the website. If you use my discount code SKIPTC, that's SKIPTC, get yourself an additional $40 off of the chair. So go to tabuohana.com, that's TABUOHANA.com. Find yourself a nice chair or a gift for someone that you've been, who's been needing one. Get them out of that chair from the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Get them out of that old crusty, office chair from 2003, get them into something nice. Tabu Ohana got your back. Don't apologize. Just be yourself. And a shout out also to, that's Tabu Ohana. Computer Booter. Looking to get your device repaired. Looking for a nice gaming lounge. I'm looking to do get into some Smash Brothers tournaments. PCs, Macs, electronics. I took an audio device there. My man Dave, who always got a smile on his face, positive vibes only. Was able to fix that. I didn't even know if he could do it. You know what I mean? So give a call down there to Computer Booter if you're local to Sacramento and find yourself a nice repair shop and gaming community, gaming lounge to be a part of as well. What's not so nice is the Sacramento Kings. Let's not waste any additional time. Let's go right over to it and talk about it. My goodness, like how stinky can you be? It's the Spurs. Like, I love Greg Popovich, and I felt like ultimately that's what this came down to, and we'll talk about that aspect. But my goodness, like, we gave up 136 points. It's just inexcusable. Let's go and let's take a look at the breakdown of the game. Let me see if we've got it by quarters. If we don't, I'm not even mad at it because it's almost not even like worth looking that deep into. But I'm just gonna tell you right now, it was another start just like before. Like Kings just came out. Yeah, here we go. Kings came out super flat. 20 points in the first quarter to their 34. And let me tell you, we were stuck at 11 points. Damn near felt like 5 minutes. We were just stuck at 11 points. And I didn't get it. Anyway, in the second quarter, we had 34, so we picked it up a little bit, but we gave up 37. So we already dug ourselves a hole that we had to try to get out. We matched them in the third quarter. So third quarter, we didn't come out with the best energy in the third quarter, but we did start to pick it up, of course, with lineup changes and stuff like that. We start to get in the game. But by the end of it, we still let them outscore us 30 to 32. And like I said, by that time, it was too late. Points in the paint, 56 points in the paint, can't be mad at that. But fast break points, we only had 8, and they had 10, so not the biggest issue, but biggest lead was 25 points. Our bench, because we didn't have Tyrese Halliburton and we didn't have Terrence Davis, so we relied on De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, and Davion Mitchell, and even Jamias Ramsey. Shout out to Jamias Ramsey. Got a little bit of run as well, but not having Buddy Hield off of the bench really hurt us. You can see their bench outscored us by 20. 20? Yeah, damn near 20. 18. And then turnovers 14. That's about what we averaged. They just took care of the ball more with 8. And then points off of turnovers, again, we did better this time. We had 20 points off of turnovers. They only had 12, but they didn't really need it because our defense, like, everything was free. So that's that. Let's look at the breakdown of how things went. Harrison Barnes ended the game with only 9 points, uncharacteristic, so that brought us down a little bit. Mo Harkless was sure to force some buckets, so he didn't have a goose egg in the points area. Excuse me, he had 6. Rashawn Holmes only played 18 minutes total this game. He had 6. He got pulled early. He didn't get in like bad foul trouble, but Luke Walton pulled him out early, and we didn't see Rashawn Holmes again for a minute. It was weird. He had played 7 minutes in the first half, I think. It was odd. Buddy Hield only came up with 12. Again, him scoring off of the bench versus, being a starting scorer makes a difference. I'm going to skip over Fox for now. Chimezi Metu came in 20 minutes, gave us 13. Davion Mitchell in 25 minutes gave us 13. Tristan Thompson played 6 minutes, gave us a pair of buckets. Jamias Ramsey had 21 minutes, had 7 points. It's good to see that from him. Damian Jones got some tick. Metu and Damian Jones came in with some energy. They showed like, hey, we're ready to play, versus someone else who showed that they don't want to play. And we're going to talk about that as well. And Alex Lynn, so we had all of our bigs in rotation. Well, almost all of our bigs in rotation. Not all of them. So yeah, Alex Lynn in 14 minutes, he had 8 points. He also had 6 rebounds. Rashawn Holmes had 12 rebounds, so he just would have got a little bit more time. He would have ended with a double-double. That was that. Now, who I left off the list was De'Aaron Fox. In 34 minutes, Fox had 37 points, so that's the type of performance we wanted to see against De'Aaron Fox. Free throw percentage was 87%. He only missed 1 free throw. That's what we want to see from De'Aaron Fox. As far as three-point percentage, he made 2 of his 5 threes, which was 40%. That's what we want to see from De'Aaron Fox. And again, he kept it to, remember I said I want the limit to be 4. He shot 5. So if he would have shot 1 less, he also could have made one less too, but he would have been 50%, and that would have been that much more efficient. But I will take it. He also has 6 assists. I tweeted online that the way that we lost this game was going to impact our defensive rating. So we were at 20th, and then I think it was after the Phoenix game we dropped down to 21st. It was either after the Pacers or the Phoenix game we dropped down to 21st. Now after this game, we still maintain our 6th position. So offensive rating, points per game, we're still at basically 111 points, 110.9. Rebounds per game, we're 20th, so we're still back there. Assists per game, we dropped back. So I think we were 14th, and now we're 18th. And opponents' points per game, we dropped, just this one game alone, we dropped back 5 spots. Now we're 26th. So we're inching closer and closer into that. At this point, we're the back third of the NBA in defensive rating. So we were already back third, but we were like that close to the middle, like close to the bottom of the middle. Now we're firmly planted in the worst defenses in the NBA right now. I don't even know if I want to know who's worse than us. Do I dare look? No, I'm not going to look. It don't matter. I could guess, but it don't really matter because it don't change the fact that we're stinky. A few things are very evident here. Tyrese Halliburton means a lot to this team. He did not play. The ball was not moving as much. We looked a lot flatter. There was a lot less life and intensity within the squad. And it showed. It was apparent. They ran it up on us big time. But I did mention something. I did mention that this was because of the nature of the rosters. Every time we play the Spurs, or at least within the last 3 seasons, it's always been more of a who's going to be the better coach. And there ain't no question when you put up Luke Walton and Greg Popovich, who's going to be the better coach. Greg Popovich can coach circles around Luke Walton, when he's drunk and passed out, off of some of the best wine that San Antonio County has to offer, or imported, he can get it from wherever. Luke Walton doesn't stand a chance against Greg Popovich. He just doesn't. And we flat out got it, outplayed. Now I see the players going and making up for Luke Walton, saying that's not on the coaching staff, that's on us. I honestly don't even think they're trying to cover for Luke as much as some of the other coaching staff, like Rico Hines and Doug Christie and Stacey Augman and was it Lindsey Harding. Like I think they're really more so trying to cover for them than necessarily Luke Walton. And you could say whatever you want, but the team takes on the mentality of two players, or of two people. Your usually your point guard or your emotional leader of the team, which is supposed to be De'Aaron Fox, and we see that Fox is kind of too cool for school. Like he's being more vocal now, and I like to see it. And I want to see Fox angry. He needs to get angry. He needs to get pissed off because that's when he's going to be more emotional, and that's what we need. I really think it's Tyrese Halliburton personally. So to take on your leader of your team and your coach. And Luke Walton, as much as I appreciate his professional nature and how he answers media questions, even though he gives answers without giving them. We'll talk about that for a minute. Ultimately, he just don't have it. He's just not the type of coach to put fire into the team. Yeah, I seen him fired up and I seen him mad and angry and all that stuff at refs and whatnot, but he just, I mean, whatever, and even if it's anger, he just is incapable of inspiring the team to play better defense. And it's hurting. It's obvious. We see it. No two ways around it. So I don't really know what to say. I mean, we all know this, and it seems like it's just a matter of time for Luke Walton. And I know a lot of people have been trying to cover him, and in some certain cases, I've even said certain things are not his fault. But how do you excuse this? The team continues to have the same, very similar issues, and still living and dying by jumpers instead of going into the paint. Fox started getting to the paint a little bit more, but I get that Luke Walton wants to shoot a bunch of threes and have guys be there on the wings to get back in transition defense, a la, the Golden State Warriors, who took their, Princeton offense from the Sacramento Kings, in that era when we were actually good, because we hired, I think it's Pete. I know you're going to be like, the Hawks guy? No, not the Seattle Seahawks guy, coach, but another Pete Carroll from Princeton, who created what's termed as the Princeton offense. It's a motion offense, and that's what the Sacramento Kings hired him when we got Rick Adelman. Rick Adelman hired him onto the staff, and that's the motion offense that we used. That was so fun to watch. We were the best game on court, or whatever we were called back then. And then that is also what got adopted over into Golden State when Steve Kerr took over. So that's our old offense that the Warriors are running and having success with right now. Funny that Luke Walton wants to run that, but can't inspire the team to play that way. And I know we run some other things too, and I like some of the sets that we run and some of the looks that we get. Way better actions than even last season when we were only doing Spain pick and roll. But it's still not enough because we don't get enough cutters, and we mostly end up with elbow jumpers and and whatnot. Guys going for the foul instead of the bucket. Things that's slowly changing a little bit. I have seen improvement from there, but look, this is where we're at now, y'all. And lastly, yes, Marvin Bagley. I've tried to hold out hope for Marvin Bagley. If the last thing that came out is true, is that Luke asked him to go into the game and he refused to go into the game, and we see the footage of players, like dapping him, up, not congratulating him, but just be like, it's cool, Bags. Like, you don't want to play. All right, Bags. It's cool. Like, we get it, Bags. You don't want to play. Like, you want to go somewhere else. Okay, Bags. Even though, he's basically saying I'm better than all the other bigs that play in front of me, but he won't do what he needs to do in order to earn it and show it. He just wants it to be given to him. And there might be some other things that we don't know about. I'll give them that. But ultimately, Marvin Bagley, y'all. So I'm still not saying that he's going to be traded anytime soon, and I'm fine with him being traded and seeing what we can get back for him and all that other stuff. And there's some contract implications and whatnot that are a part of all of this as well. But ultimately, if that report is true from Sean Cunningham of ABC 10, that's just piss poor. And that's the type of stuff that I say I don't want from Ben Simmons, because that's some of the stuff that Ben Simmons is pulling. Marvin Bagley is pulling it over here. And after a 3-game losing streak and getting blown out by the San Antonio Spurs with their depleted roster, and then this happening, we're back to just looking like a dumpster fire. We ain't no better than Houston or the Wolves or, hell, even at least the 76ers are winning. We're just back to being stinky old Kangs. Hooray! So anyway, thanks for everybody who tuned in. Sorry, this one wasn't a happy one, but we were all furious and confused and pissed off and, just baffled by what we saw yesterday, and rightfully so. Anywho, again, if you're looking for a chair, Tabu Ohana got your back. Up to 45% off. Enter my discount code SKIPTC, SKIPTC. Get an additional $40 off. Check out the links below for the podcast, for the Discord. Come talk. Come check me out on Twitter. I'll be on there yapping. How can we not? We're Kings fans, and we trying to fix our own team, but it ain't happening. Anyway, appreciate y'all for pulling up. Thanks for your time. Please give the video a thumbs up if you could. Help spread it. If you enjoyed it, we'll see you on the next one.